Nick Lost 404 appeared in her game by accident. Literally fell from the sky right onto the roof of her Bloxburg house, smashing through the decorative shingles she'd spent 3 hours perfecting. "Are you serious?" she typed into chat, staring at the blocky figure in a ridiculous watermelon hat lying in the ruins of her roof. "Lag," he replied. "Nice house, though. My condolences." Was nice. Exactly. Need help fixing it? She wanted to type no, wanted to kick him from the server, wanted to return to her solitary building where nobody interrupted or destroyed what she created. Instead, her fingers typed, "Can you place windows straight?" "No." "At least you're honest." He laughed, 3 smiley faces in a row, and somehow that was enough to make her smile in front of her monitor in her dark room, where the screen was the only light. His avatar was absurd. Watermelon hat, a t-shirt reading Error 404, style not found, mismatched legs, 1 blue, 1 green. "Is that on purpose?" she asked. "What? The legs?" "Oh, no, forgot to change them. First day playing." "And you decided to start by destroying someone's property?" "Technically, gravity decided. I just complied." 4 hours. They built for 4 hours. He really couldn't place windows straight, or walls, or doors. Everything he touched looked like the house had survived an earthquake. But he kept trying, and she kept laughing. When the clock showed 2:47 a.m., she realized she couldn't remember the last time she talked to anyone this long, even just through text, even just through pixels. "I have to go," she typed. "Tomorrow?" She froze, fingers hovering over the keyboard. In real life, nobody asked tomorrow. Nobody waited for her return. School was a hell of whispers behind her back and lunches in bathroom stalls. Home was silence between her parents' arguments. Her room was the only place she could breathe. And now a blocky figure in a watermelon hat was asking, "Tomorrow?" At 9:47 p.m., she typed. "Why so specific?" "That's when my parents stop checking on me. They think I'm asleep." Pause. Long. 3 dots. He was typing. "Mine's a 10, but I can come earlier. I'll wait." She disconnected and only then noticed she was still smiling. Dawn was breaking outside her window. His name was Mika. She was 15, he was 16. She lived in Denver, he lived in a small town in Maine. Between them were 2 time zones and 2,000 miles. And 0 in the game. They built a house together, on a hill overlooking a pixelated ocean that never moved but still somehow felt alive. "The sea shouldn't be static," he typed. "That's wrong." "It's Roblox." Still wrong. The sea should breathe. She didn't ask how he knew. He lived near the real ocean. She'd never seen one, only in pictures and games where water was square and still. "I'll show you someday," he wrote. "How?" "Don't know yet, but I will." Months folded into their own story. They developed rituals. Meet at spawn, race to the cliff, sit there and talk until the server kicked them for inactivity. They created a secret room in the basement. Door code 4040, their usernames combined. Inside, 2 chairs, a fireplace that didn't warm but flickered orange, and a wall where they left messages for each other. "Dad was yelling again today. I imagined I was here with you, and it was easier to breathe. Mom said I'm wasting my life on nonsense. She doesn't understand that you're the only real thing. I wish I could take you away from there, from your town, from your room. Here, where the sky is always sunset." She read these messages over and over when he wasn't online, traced the letters with her eyes, as if she could touch him through them. One day he asked, "What's your real name?" She didn't answer for 12 minutes. He waited. "Emma." "Emma. Beautiful." "Ordinary." "No, now it's the most extraordinary name in the world, because it's you." Her face burned. Good thing he couldn't see. And you? Dylan. She repeated it aloud, just with her lips, no sound. Dylan. That night, she fell asleep smiling for the first time in a very long while. He started disappearing, first for a day, then for 3. He'd return with apologies. Parents noticed my grades, took my laptop. She waited. She always waited. But one day, he came back different. His avatar stood motionless at the cliff. Usually, he'd run in circles, jump, race around her like a puppy. Today, a statue. Hey. Hi, Em. You okay? Pause. 1 minute, 2. No. She sat beside him, their blocky silhouettes, 2 shapes against the orange sky. Tell me. And he did. About the father who drank and hit, about the mother who pretended not to see, about bruises hitting under long sleeves, even in summer, about nights when he'd lock his door and turn up the game volume to drown out the screaming downstairs, about sometimes thinking, what if I just didn't wake up? Her hands shook over the keyboard. Don't you dare. Emma, don't you dare. You hear me? That's not how it works. I don't care how it works. I need you. You're the only person who needs me. If you disappear, She couldn't finish. He was silent. 3 minutes of empty chat. Then, I'm not going anywhere. Promise. Promise for real. I swear on the pixel sea. She laughed through tears he couldn't see. That's not a real sea. For us, it's real. That night, they sat at their screens until dawn. Didn't talk, just existed together. 2 avatars on a cliff, watching a horizon that never changed. It was more important than any words. The message came at 9:43 p.m., 4 minutes before their time. Emma, I'm being admitted to the hospital. Heart, don't know for how long. Laptop's gone. Writing from my sister's phone. You remember the password to the secret room? I'm leaving something for you there. Don't read it until I come back. Promise. She read and reread. Heart. He was 16. Where do 16-year-olds get heart problems? Her fingers shook so badly she missed the keys 3 times. You'll come back. Promise. I swear on the pixel sea. His username went dark. She sat in front of the screen for 1 hour, 2, 3, waiting for him to reappear and write, "Kidding, got you." He didn't. The next evening, she logged into the game, ran to the house, went down to the basement, typed 4040. The door opened. On the wall, a new message, long. She read the first lines and turned away. Promised not to read, but her eyes had already caught, "If I don't come back." No. She left the room, closed the door, climbed to the roof, the same one he'd crashed through that first day, sat and waited. Day, week, month. His username stayed gray. She stopped going to school. Not on purpose, just one morning couldn't get up. Her legs refused. Her body seemed to forget how to move. Her mother yelled through the door, then left for work. Her father didn't notice at all. She lay there, staring at the ceiling, where a crack looked like a crooked smile. In the evening, at 9:47 p.m., she logged into the game, walked to the cliff, sat. Sometimes typed into chat, knowing he wouldn't see. Snow fell today. You said your ocean never freezes. I want to see. In biology, they talked about the heart. I didn't listen. Couldn't. I dreamed you came back. Woke up happy for 3 seconds. I miss you so much it hurts to breathe. 2 months, then 3. Then she found his Facebook page, searched for a long time, town, age, name, thousands of Dylans. but only one had a watermelon hat as his profile picture, a real one, not pixelated, the stupid hat he wore for luck. Last post on his wall, 15 weeks ago. Hang in there, Dylan, we're all waiting for you. Comments, many, too many. She scrolled and her hands went numb. How is he? Surgery went well, rehabilitation now. Stay strong, praying. And then, nothing, empty, no new posts. Not a word about whether he came home, not a word about whether he was even alive. She messaged his sister, the one whose phone he'd used for his last message, guessed the account from their shared last name. Hi, my name is Emma. I'm Dylan's friend from the game. Please, how is he? No answer. Day, 2, 5. On the 7th day, she received a message. Hi, this is Lily, Dylan's sister. He talked about you a lot, about your game and the Pixel House. Is he okay? 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. He really wanted to come back to you. Past tense. Wanted. The screen blurred. Emma didn't realize immediately that it was tears. Next message, Dylan died 3 weeks ago. His heart couldn't take it. I'm so sorry. The phone slipped from her hands. She didn't remember how she survived that night. Only remembered the cold floor against her cheek, the monitor's glow in darkness and silence, deafening as a scream. In the morning, her mother found her at the computer, thought she'd fallen asleep gaming, yelled, left. Emma didn't explain. How do you explain that someone died, someone you never saw, someone you only knew through pixels and words, someone you loved, yes, loved, more than anyone you saw every day? Nobody would understand. She didn't understand herself how you could miss someone so deeply whose hand you'd never held. 3 days she didn't log into the game. Couldn't. On the 4th, she logged in. The house stood on the hill, lit by the sunset that never ended, the shingles they'd repaired together, the windows, crooked, his work. She went down to the basement. The door opened, and she finally read what he'd left. Emma, if you're reading this, it means I didn't come back. Means the Pixel Sea let me down. I'm sorry. I wanted to tell you so much, wanted you to see a real sunset over the Atlantic, wanted to hear your voice, not imagine how it sounds, but really hear it. Wanted to stand beside you someday, not as avatars, but as us. We would have met. I believed it so hard. But if it wasn't meant to be, I want you to know, you saved me. On those nights when I didn't want to wake up, I thought about 947, about you, about our house on the hill, and I found a reason to open my eyes. You were my real ocean, not pixelated, alive. Don't sit here forever, okay? Don't wait for me. Live. I know it's hard out there. Know that school is hell. Know that home isn't home. But there are also sunrises and real wind, and someday, someone who will look at you the way I would have looked. Find that for me, and I'll be waiting where sunsets never end. The Pixel Sea, forever. Your lost 404. P.S. I wore the watermelon hat because I was wearing it when we met. Superstition, yeah, but it worked, as long as you were there. A year passed. Emma still logged into the game, but not every evening. Once a week, then once a month, then only on special days. Their anniversary, his birthday, 9:47 p.m., once their time. Now, a moment of silence. She finished high school, not brilliantly, but finished. Started college in Boston, saw the ocean for the first time. Not the Atlantic he knew, but close. Stood on the shore and cried. The water was gray, cold, alive, breathing. You were right, she whispered to the wind. The sea should move. She found people, not right away. Slowly, cautiously, like learning to walk after a long illness. Her roommate Vera, a guy from her floor named Josh, then more and more. They didn't replace him, no one could. But with them, it was easier to breathe. At 19, she first told someone about Dylan, a real person, not a screen. Vera, at night in the dorm while rain fell outside. "You never met in person?" Vera asked. "Never. But you loved him." Not a question, a statement. Love. Vera didn't say, "That's weird," didn't say, "That wasn't real love," just hugged her, silently, tightly, and Emma understood there are people who get it. Not everyone, but some. She's 23. Roblox has updated countless times. Old servers were shut down, not enough players. Their world disappeared one morning, without warning. The house on the hill, the cliff overlooking the pixel ocean, the secret room, all erased. But she has screenshots, hundreds, every conversation, every evening, every message on the wall, and a file, the letter she copied while the server still existed. Sometimes she rereads it, less often than before, but she rereads. Today is the anniversary, 7 years. She sits on the balcony of her first apartment, tiny, rented, with a view of rooftops and antennas. The sunset, real, not pixelated, paints the sky orange. 9:47 p.m. She looks at the horizon. "Hey," she says aloud, "I'm still here." Wind plays with her hair. Somewhere below, a car honks. Life goes on, loud, uneven, real. "I graduated, working now, drawing. Remember I said I wanted to? I draw now. Sometimes even sell my stuff." Pause. She smiles. "Dating someone. His name's Marcus. He's good. You'd approve. He wears silly hats too." Tears, but not bitter. Not anymore. "I miss you. Every day. But I'm living, like you asked." She closes her eyes. Behind her eyelids, a cliff, a sunset, two blocky silhouettes side by side. A voice she never heard, but knows by heart, invented herself, letter by letter from a screen. "The sea should breathe." "It does," she whispers, "and so do I." On her desk stands a photo frame. Inside, a screenshot. Two avatars against an orange sky. One with messy hair and a serious face. The other in a watermelon hat. Below the image, a caption. "Lost 404 and Star Emmalite. 9:47 p.m. forever." People sometimes ask, "What's that?" She answers, "First love." They say, "Cute." They don't understand. And they don't need to. There are things that exist only between two people, even when one of them is now just memory, even when servers are closed and pixels are erased. Love doesn't depend on format. It depends on the heart. And the heart, even when it stops beating in one world, keeps living in another. In every sunset, in every 9:47 p.m., in every sea that breathes, forever.